Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're now seeing some huge competition between the PlayStation and the Xbox console. Now, as you guys probably know, there's, a big console war that's been ongoing for many years. But right now, we're actually seeing this kind of getting heated up a little bit more than we're even expected. Right now, the PlayStation, as you guys probably know, has been selling and outselling the Xbox for quite a big, large margin for quite some time. But there's been a few bigger news that we've been seeing throughout the entire planet, where right now, things are getting a little bit more on the feisty side. Now, when it comes to price cuts, when it comes to brand new consoles, when it comes to everything, that's where things get a little bit more on the zesty side when it comes to who's making more money, who is selling at a bigger loss, who is getting more of a bigger, say, console cut, and all of that. And right now, they're kind of seeing a really big fight right now happening between the prices on the PlayStation and the Xbox. So if you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below if you guys want to follow and hang out and chill. We also have the Weeble too, so I'm going to get a bunch of free stock in mine down below. And let's go and dive on into the video itself. So, as you guys may have seen, we've been always seeing the big back and forth between PlayStation and Xbox. One big thing to note that I made a video on this, but I think I uploaded in a really weird time where basically no one saw it, or maybe it's just not a big deal, I don't know. But basically, Xbox has now been competing. This is not the main story over here, but there's been a big competition where the Xbox Series X is even working on their own refresher, trying to have it all brand new white console that's going to be a pure digital Xbox Series X with an improved heatsink and just a better specifications in the middle, and just all around a nice console. Like basically how the PlayStation 5 Slim exists. We're also going to maybe have an Xbox Series X, not necessarily slim, but maybe just a new iteration, new console, whatever. This is the big news of the past 2 days or so. So I'm going to reference this a few times. Basically just have a big update, big console, going to have slightly better stuff, maybe between June and July of this year. But they also, and the big thing I want to focus on, they want to lower the price point by at least, let's say, $50 rumored, or at least maybe $100 or so to compete with the PlayStation 5 Slim's price point, which is a little bit on the cheaper side, with also that brand new iteration, so it makes something a little bit nicer, so it's just a win all around. But right now, we've actually been seeing an even bigger fight over here, where the Xbox has now been trying to go rival and lower their price points for the PlayStation 5. The PlayStation, especially in some regions out there, is actually at a way lower price, to the point where the consoles themselves, like I said, are pretty cheap. They're actually lower and even on discount, even though some of these price points even got even more discounted when we switched over to the Slim iteration. And a lot of people are curious on what's up with Xbox? Why would the PlayStation be, let's say, $400 and then the Xbox is still $500? Although in Xbox's defense, I've seen a lot of sales where I've seen the Xbox Series X as low as $300 if you factor in other benefits, we saw $50, $100 Target gift cards with the price point also going lower. We've seen Microsoft give out $100 discount codes. We've seen a lot of big stuff. They also compete at the Xbox price. But right now, we're seeing a bigger back and forth. Well, number one, the Xbox new white console is a very 1-to-1 battle against the PlayStation. Mainly because the PlayStation 5 Slim had the better console update, price point, all of that. That's a win. We take that, we like that, that's a win. That's good for PlayStation, good for consumers. Xbox has not competed with that, but with this brand new all-white digital Xbox, they will. But now we're seeing a bigger thing when it comes to price points and discounts, where it seems like both of these really big console manufacturers are trying to go and compete and seeing who can actually go lower. Now, when it comes to the United States, we've seen a lot of these big sales. This one's mainly in the UK, which is still big and relevant over here because a lot of the UK sales always have come to America, or we can see the general line of how low these things can go. I think it's good drama. I think it's good for consumers. I think it's good for people who haven't gotten their consoles yet. And I think us getting these new iterations like the PS5 Slim, the white Xbox, I think this is good. We're just getting better stuff. But either way, it's been the big drama over here where Sony basically had now cut their PlayStation 5 Slim to a record low price this month. Same with their old leftover stock for their PS5s. And as well, like I said, the first time ever, the PS5 Slim model is now costing only £410. Now, I think the website itself is looking at the OG whatever. No, so it's fine. But anyway, it's not the old console. It's I was looking at the box. Basically, the box itself, this is the cheapest price we've ever seen for a console so far. A $400 console. It's in the pound, British pounds, euros, whatever it might be. I know I'm stupid, whatever. I'm American, whatever. It's fine. But I believe that's pounds. So basically, the pound itself is the cheapest we've ever seen the pounds for a console. So right now, all things considered, PlayStation was trying to lower the price as cheap as they could to probably get more people on their consoles. We haven't seen a lot of software kind of big pushes. Well, I wanted more people on PlayStation Plus, more people moving over from the PS4 to the PS5. All of this, like, that's good. Like, this is good stuff. It's cheaper for consumers. But basically for this one, if you have a console that people overall generally like a little bit more, so the PS5 in terms of sales, then you have to do something with the Xbox too as well. And Xbox has, in all honesty, had struggles trying to go compete with the console. Like, they haven't sold as many. Rumors around like a little bit over 50 million for PlayStation, maybe around the 25 to 30 range for Xbox. Not a failure at all, but just in terms of competitiveness, it is lower. And as of right this second, basically, we're at like at $480 compared to the PlayStation's $410. So that alone, like, I think if you had the two put next to each other in a store and you see the PS5, which most people have, most people like, better games, quote unquote, just off the opinions of the general like internet, at $410, and then the Xbox Series X at $480, you're probably going to pick the PlayStation almost no matter what. So Xbox had to do something. So as of right this second, the Xbox has now dropped their consoles to $410 too as well. So as of right this second, we have now been seeing these consoles going astronomically good, to the point where you guys can even see over here where some of the Euro prices for this console is only at $346. Now, some of these are also like, you know, like obviously in like different regions, different countries, so like kind of depends. And so also them some others can also be used to as well. Just kind of depends on all this stuff. But the general like proper price points on this stuff is $409 on the PS5 Slim and $409 pounds, you know, whatever, interplays with euros, whatever, for their console too. So basically right now they've lowered the price on both these consoles. Right now, they're basically trying to do like the two gas stations across from each other, trying to see who could have the lower price point and who's going to go and basically win. They're both kind of big enough companies so they can kind of justify lowering the prices and trying to go fight. And I also want to see this happen to America. We have seen some price drops happen, but this is basically like, you know, hardcore over here in Europe. While in America, they could probably do a little bit more hardcore stuff themselves, but like either way, I want to go and have, like, I want to have these prices lower for everyone. Why not? And at the same time, I do think this iteration and competition, this is why it shows that having this is good for consumers, because these price points keep dropping to match each other because they don't want to fall behind. Saying it's no secret Xbox is struggling to compete with the latest generation of PlayStation, with some estimates showing the PS5 outselling the Xbox Series X and Series S by a ratio of 2-to-1. To make things worse for the Xbox team within Microsoft, the PlayStation 5 just dropped to a record low price in the UK. The never-before-seen $70 discount is still available on these slim models, so basically it's just nice. It's just a big, big low price. Like, they are going against each other right now, and this is what I like to see. Faced with the prospect of the watching the Sony PlayStation skyrocket on the sales charts again, Xbox also has responded to the latest price crash with their own discount, where I was talking about this past few minutes, where everything is now at $409. So yes, that means you'll benefit from the same 50% off, though, for PlayStation fans, and as well, they've also been seeing some of these big discounts down to as low as €350. But this is the biggest price point they've seen so far, and it does seem like it's directly in comparison to the PlayStation, and right now, both these prices are dropping very well, especially in these outside regions. In America, we're not seeing too much, although we've seen a lot of PlayStation sales, so we can't complain too much, whether it's them giving like God of War, Ragnarok for free, or just the cheaper price points or the bundle of games. Like, I can't complain. I'm good with that. But also say it's also looks that anyone who's trying to upgrade their console will be able to go and choose based on the hardware, not even have to worry about, like, you know, like the base of the games they get, all that stuff. Like, they like that. They're rolling with that. But the part two is that the price doesn't matter anymore. So we're still trying to keep that $500, $409 tandem, and I think this is really good for consumers. And as well, they kind of seem like a lot of people are happy with this too as well. Both the Xbox Series X and PlayStation have been selling out at various times, and this is what happens when you actually have good competition and a well-priced product. People will buy them and they will support them, and they're still making them. They're still churning them on out. They even say you can still replenish after a few days or so, but we're kind of going back to these consoles selling out because the price is good. Now, they are saying that Amazon is the only retailer offering those price cuts, although there is also different discounts too as well from other places, because Argos has also lowered their places and stuff like that, kind of like the equivalent, like say like a Target. And I think this is nice. Overall, I've said this a few times throughout the video, it's just nice to see price points going down. It's nice to see that they're readily available. It's nice to see that they have this big competition, which is good for consumers at the end of the day. And if these price points kept on going down more and more and more, it'd make me more likely to want to go and spend my money on getting maybe an Xbox or getting the Xbox Refresh. And the fact that we even have an Xbox Refresh also, once again, is making this nice, because there's always something competing against each other and making their products better. So give me your thoughts and comments on everything down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream as well, and I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Sign up for that Weeble, get a bunch of free stock. I'll talk to you guys all soon. Love you guys.